Chalo, sir. So again, very good afternoon to everyone. And I hope I'm audible as well as visible. I hope you guys can see me, hear me clearly. I hope you guys can see me, hear me clearly. Just a very quick yes or no. Just a very quick yes or no. So I was facing, so there was this some pop-up just opened and it was never like no way I was being able to kind of so this the pop-up of some software is already running, so you want to like start a new run it again or something. Like the pop-up was open here, like that had opened and there was no way I was being able to shut it down. So I had to restart the whole system like to get rid of that. Okay. Madhuri. So again, chalo, very good. So again, very good afternoon to everyone. And so again, the second batch is starting from today, right? And also the students from the first batch is also here. So now again, let us start with the class. So today the topic is very interesting, but again, very important. The topic is surds and indices. Now again, let me say this. This is a topic from where you will get questions in tier 1 at max. Generally, you don't get more than one question. Out of 25, you can expect one question you will get. But this is a topic from where I can guarantee you will get at least one question. If not, you can get at least couple of questions as well in tier 2 as well. Tier 2 के लिए भी this is a very important topic. And tier 2 generally the questions you get like in tier 2 from this topic, those are going to be little lengthy. We'll solve those questions today as well. Sai, let's see. I'll share it like kind of another time. Don't worry. So this is so again once so in this chapter when you are learning this, when you are solving this, when you are practicing this, keep both tier 1 and tier 2 in mind. This is a very important chapter from that sense of the word. Okay. Now with like that being said, now indices. So we'll start with indices, then I'll move on to search. Now anybody, sir, what about indices? Now the rule of or the rules I should say of indices we all know. Most of the rules we all know, we are very comfortable using those rules. That's the basic. Now again, I'll write down the few rules, the most important ones. But again, we all know this. So the rules were a to the power n into a to the power n. This, the powers gets added, sir. Right? So again, class 5, say we like from school, from our school days, class 5. So we are kind of using these, right? So again, what if there is a division? Division a to the power n. So instead of plus, we write minus. Correct? From there, again, sir, if there is a to the power m to the power n, this is something very useful. So what happens? Sir, the powers gets multiplied. Another, sir, very important, sir, anything to the power 0 is always 1. Again, sir, again, another one, sir. Anything. So again, if I write nth root of something, that means this is a to the power 1 by that number, sir. So if I just simplify this, if I just say that's the square root of, let's say, 6, this means 6 to the power 1 divided by 2. If I say cube root of 6, this means 6 to the power 1 divided by 3. Right? So these are the basic things. I'm not getting very deep into this because all these things we know. But there are a few conceptual things that you need to know. There are a couple of conceptual things which we will discuss. Now, what are those? Sir, tell me first. Let's say a to the power m equal to a to the power n. Right? So you will say that means, sir, m is equal to n. Tell me, can I draw this conclusion or is there any other condition? Can I always draw this conclusion or should there be any or there is any other conclusion? और कोई कंक्लूजन लाइक कुछ कंडीशन है क्या? इज देयर एनी अदर कंक्लूजन or condition rather, or can I draw this conclusion every time, or can I draw this conclusion every time? Anybody sir, anybody, what happens to this conclusion? What happens to this conclusion? Anyone? Tell me. Anyone? Anyone? Think and tell me. Give it a try. Give it a try. No worries. You might be completely wrong. That's absolutely okay. Always like understand. Right, wrong. So everybody will be wrong in order to be right. Right? First chance में नहीं होगा. Not sure, sir, since powers are not. Yeah, so that's the reason. That's the reason I'm saying the powers must also be equal. Because the whole thing is equal. We can, Rahul is saying no, but again, the thing is that, now let me explain. This is a right conclusion, but there are certain exceptions. There are a few exceptions. For 99.9999% of the times, this conclusion holds, except for three numbers. Except for three numbers. There are three exceptions. What are those three exceptions? You see, no need to remember anything. You will make it yourself. Tell me, sir, 1 to the power 100 is how much, sir? Anyone? 1 to the power 100 is how much? You will say 1 to the power anything is 1. 1 to the power 100 means what? 1 into 1 into 1 till 100 times. So 1 to the power 100 is 1. Sir, 1 to the power 200 is how much, sir? Sir, again that is also 1. So meaning both are equal because both are equal to 1. Now if I apply this concept, sir, if these two are equal, that means powers are equal. So from there, you see, naturally, I have proved one very simple thing, that is 100 equal to 200. That means I will give you 100 rupees and you will give me 200 rupees because 100 is 200. Please understand this. Now tell me, is it okay? So meaning exception number one. Exception number one, you see, we are making it ourselves. So the base, that value of A, cannot be 1, sir. Not only 1, it cannot be -1 as well. You can do the same thing for -1. So it cannot be plus or -1. There is another such number. You tell me, what will be that number? So the other number is 0. 0 to the power 100 should be 0 to the power 300 or any number. Because anything 0 to the power anything is 0 only. So again 100 equal to 300. I'll give you 100 rupees, give me back 300 rupees. So again, these three are the exceptions. 1, -1 and 0. So always remember, I can write this, I can equate the powers if I have to only care about one thing. The base A value should not be plus or -1 and 0. If these three are not there as base, I can use M is equal to N. 100% clear now. 100% clear now. These are the basic things that you need to learn. देखो ये सब सबको पता है. These things we all know. These things we all know. But again, these basic things, SSC will play games with you over here, not over here, because everybody knows this. The problem will start here. Everyone, I need a yes or no. If you understood this much, yes or no. If this is 100% clear or not. If not clear, feel 100% free to ask. I'll explain more than once. No worries. Clear, 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 clear. Perfect. Perfect then. Chal. Next. Next, the opposite rule. Acha. Next, the opposite. Sir, here, in the previous case, the base was same. Now I'm saying if now A to the power M is equal to B to the power M. What is same now, sir? The power is same. Base is different. Base is different. Now what I'm asking, that means conclusion, sir, both are equal. My meaning, sir, now the base must be also same. Base must be same. Again, I'm saying this thing holds. But there are exceptions. There are exceptions. Now, I'm asking you guys, please tell me what can be those exceptions? What can be those exceptions? वो exception क्या हो सकता है sir? Anybody, what can be those exceptions, sir? What can be those exceptions? A is equal to B, meaning the base I am now calling they are equal, right? This is very, very important. This is very, we'll use this multiple times. But what can be those exceptions? Where can we actually use this? 1 and 0 I've got from Govind, right? Sai is saying 1 and 0. Jagriti is saying only 0, okay? Achha, 0 is like everybody is saying 0. And everybody is correct. Why? You see, take an example. Sir, if I take this example for like say, if I say 100 to the power 0. So this is anything to the power 0. We have just learned that anything to the power 0 is 1. Now, 1000 to the power 0. So this is also 1. Both are same. Power is also same. That means by this logic, 100 is equal to 1000. Everybody will say, okay, unless and until I say, I'll give you 100 rupees, give me 1000 rupees back. बोला नहीं सर पैसा तो नहीं देंगे, लॉस हो जाएगा. So the problem is, so definitely you see, exceptions is 0. So definitely the power cannot be 0. Now for those who are saying 1, there I have got couple of answers. They are saying 1. Let's see. Let's see what about 1. Let's take this. 100 to the power 1. This is 100. 1000 to the power 1. This is 1000. They are not equal, brothers or sisters. You see, they are not equal even. So this first line only I can't write. So in this situation, always remember there is only one exception. That is 0. In the opposite case, there is only one exception. The power cannot be 0. Any other power works. Achha, again, if you go into the higher mathematics, there will be another exception as well. That is infinite. Or rather plus or minus infinite. But again, this is not required. This is not required because any number to the power plus or minus infinite, that gives you infinite. So again, this is one of the indeterminate forms. It is not required. It is absolutely not required because 1 to the power infinite, that is also an indeterminate form. But again, we don't need to go into that. So वो थोड़ा higher mathematics में चले जाएंगे. Absolutely not in our syllabus. So for us, m cannot be equal to 0. That's the only exception we need to remember. Perfect, everyone. This much clear? Now, you see, from the indices part, indices is always the easier part. We only need to understand, learn this much, nothing more. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए till tier 2 I'm saying. Now, what type of questions you may ask? They may ask, sir, this type. I've taken a simple question. Now, how to solve or how to, again, you see, I've not taken options as well because I want to solve this. Sir, what should be our approach? This is also PYQ. Intentionally, I have not taken options because options लेंगे तो shortcut लग जाएगा. I've chosen not to take the options. They can understand everyone. Always remember, if you have been given an equation such as this one, always, you see, this 16 is the base, here 2 is the base. And also I can see this 16 can be written as a power of 2. The 16 can be written as a power of 2. Meaning the base in both the sides I can equate as 2. You see, this is this case. कहाँ गया case? A to the power m is equal to A to the power n. The base is same in both the sides. The base is same in both the sides. Right? Kaha gaya? So I can say that means you keep the left hand side as it is. But the right hand side, I'm writing 2 to the power 4 to the power 9. Answer, power gets multiplied. So it becomes 2 to the power 36. So ultimately, 2 to the power 2x minus 3 is equal to 2 to the power 36. So next line, can I write 2x minus 3 is equal to 36? Why can I write this? Why can I write this? Because this base is not equal to plus or minus 1 or 0. I could not have written this like from this line to this line if this was plus or minus 1 or 0. But again, over here, that is not the case. So definitely I can write this line. And ये लिख लिया तो life jingle वाला. So x is 39 by 2. That's my answer. That is my answer. Clear? So 19.5 or something. Option, if the option is like this, you keep it like this. If the option is saying, no, sir, it's something like that. So you'll say 19.5. Depends on how the options are given. I don't really recall how the options were given. Perfect, everyone. Perfect. But the approach will remain the same for every question of this type. Clear? Moving on. So again, this is a CHSL question. Over here, you see 625. Now, 625 can be written as different powers. But again, before I can do anything to get that idea, first things first. Sir, a to the power m into a to the power n. The powers gets added, sir. So next line will be 6 to the 625 to the power 0.07 plus 0.18, sir. So that means 625 to the power 0.25. Achha, that means, now again, it means, think like this. Don't write all these lines, just for your understanding. 0.25 means 1/4. Now you see 625 can be written in two different ways. Either I can write, sir, 625 is equal to 25 square, or I can say, is 25, this is 5 square and square of that, so it is 5 to the power 4. Now tell me which one I'll use. Which one I'll use? Because there is this 1 by 4. So 4 makes more sense. So I'll write this 625 as 5 to the power 4 to the power 1 by 4. Now these two gets multiplied, sir. Now if these two gets multiplied, these two will cancel. So my answer will remain as only 5, which is there in option number C. Which is there in option number C. Ramnash, yes, correct. Ankita, thoda gadbad ho gaya. Ankita, please check the answer, like calculation once, sister. Very simple, very simple. Perfect. Everybody clear? Everybody, anywhere you get stuck, please do let me know. Do let me know, sir. Again, you see, very similar type of question we have got in our hands. But there is a little issue. Chota sa issue hai. It's okay. You see, I am not worried about if you got a question wrong. From another angle, from a positive angle, if you look at this, that's actually good. I will say, why, sir, you're saying that's good? Please understand why that's good. Because if you have made a mistake here, you see, there is nobody to judge you here, right? So, and the human mind is wired in such a way now. That means if you are making a mistake here, that means there is a less probability that you will make or repeat the mistake in the actual exam. And there the mistakes matter. Here it doesn't matter. So it's better you make a mistake here rather than in the exam. You make as many mistakes you want here, no worries. And that will reduce the possibility or probability of you making the mistake in the actual exam. That's how I think personally. Now, sir, what has changed? The change is that, sir, 243, it's not any power of 9. In the previous question, 16 was 2 to the power 4. But here 243, sir, it's 9 to the power nothing. But 9 is also 3 to the power 2. This is also 3 to the power 5. Now you have to play with numbers. You have to love numbers. I always said. Maths में अच्छा होना है. If you want to score that 50 out of 50 or at least 46, 47, 48, you have to love numbers. 243 is what? This is like 3 to the power 5. And again, 343 agar aayega, sir. Can anyone tell me? 343 is also a very special number. Why? 243 is 3 to the power 5. 343, why is that special? Why is that special? Jairam has given answer. Madhuri, Ramna, everybody has given answer. I'm going there. Jitendra has also given answer. Yes, this is 7 cubes, sir. Perfect. So again, you have to like kind of be very comfortable using these numbers, right? Chal, chal, chal. Now again, that's extra. That has nothing to do with this question. So again, what I'll do, sir, this is 3 square to the power 2x plus 4. So it will get multiplied. I'm just skipping the step. So this is 3 to the power 5 into 9 because power gets multiplied. Now again you see 3, 3. So these are not plus minus 1 or 3 or 0. So power is equal to power. So 2 2s are 4x plus 8 is equal to 45. Sir, answer 4x is equal to, sir, 37. X is equal to 37 by 4. That is your answer, sir. X pucha hai. That's the answer. So 9.25 if someone asks. If someone asks the answer in the decimal, 9.25. That's the answer. Perfect, everyone. Perfect. Moving on. Now, sir, thoda aisa पूछ लिया तो. Acha, this is not from pre. This was asked in mains actually. CHSL mains में. You see, this is just there to get you confused. How to know, remember roots. Then I have one question. I have one thing. Brother, I have one simple rule. Ki brother, 1 to 32 squares, you have to remember. 1 to 13 cube, you have to remember. And 1 say 20 tables, you have to remember. These are the bare minimums. Now again, I'm not saying you remember it like your history, geography, or GS, GK. No, not like that. You write this down, or if you are like whatever, if you want, you're tech savvy, you take a printout, Google में मिल जाएगा, or you make a like Excel sheet, whatever you like, and paste it in a wall wherever you spend most of your days. Okay. So, and I'm telling you, look at that twice like a day every day, like just like an antibiotic course for 1 month. And it will, these things will be like, and like when you use these in calculations, na, automatically yaad ho jayega. You don't need to put any effort. And let me say one thing. So this room that I use as the studio or as the like teaching room or something, this board वगैरह सब कुछ है. So I don't live here currently. Okay, so my apartment is kind of 10 minutes it takes me. Like so I live somewhere very close, but again not here. But again, I used to live here, so this was my home. This is also my home. Okay, so Karthik, I'm not teaching advanced maths, basic maths, brother. I always start parallelly. So you'll see I always start parallelly. So this is one part. You will also see me start with another thing. So like you will see 2 classes. So every alternate day you will see me class. You will see me take class. So this is Surds and Indices. The next class you will see me take. मैं बता देता हूँ. जो next class आप लोगों का आएगा वो भी मैं बता देता हूँ. I guess कल ही है वो. That will be. देखो मैं खुद ही भूल गया. अभी नहीं लिख. अच्छा अभी I guess नहीं लगाया गया इधर. But again schedule में मिल जाएगा आपको. Schedule में मिल जाएगा. You will find it in the schedule. But again, if you want The schedule मैं अभी बता सकता हूँ. Just give me a second. I have my schedule here. Karthik, just give me a second. Just give me a second. So there I'll be taking this. We'll start from the progressions part. Okay, we'll start not from the progressions. Progressions class will be in the advanced section, and udhar you will get the unit digits from unit digits. Number of zeros will start from. No, Ankita, that is from your batch. The second batch I'll not be starting from the midway because that's the third part of divisibility. So we'll start from the next topic. We will be starting from the next topic. Okay. So again, it's not like that. Sai, good afternoon, brother. So it's not like that. So always, you see, otherwise, please understand, you cannot cover or complete the syllabus in 3 months or in a proper way. If you think I'll start complete first the algebra or the arithmetic, then only I'll start with the advanced maths. खत्म नहीं होगा भाई. वही 2 साल का then like you because you see I take more than 100 classes. I will take in this batch more than 100 class. Divide कर दो ना. 5 classes a week. 100 by 5. That takes you 20 weeks. 5 months चला जाएगा then. Only to complete foundation. Then comes booster. Then comes crash course. Then comes practice course. खत्म कब होगा? You're getting my point, na brothers? So again, I have to complete this basic first. Then only we can move on. Na? Chalo. Let's come back. Sir, first things first. Understand one simple thing over here. This question looks only big. Sir, what will happen? Because the base is same here and that is not equal to plus or minus 1 or 0. So what we'll do, sir, this is the multiplication. Every power will get multiplied and over here, every power will get multiplied. So that means this is 3 into 2x plus 3 into minus 3 by 4. And that will be equal to 2 by 3 into 3x plus 7 into minus 6 by 5. Sir, minus you cancel first. Then the actual calculation starts. क्या cancel कर सकते हो sir? I don't think we can cancel. We can cancel only thing. I don't think we can cancel anything more. So let's do one thing. So this 3 and this 5, 15 into 3, sir, 45. 2x plus 3. I'm not doing step jumps. 4 into 2 into 2, that means 16, sir. 3x plus 7. Calculate, sir. So 90x plus 135. Sir, 48x plus 112. Correct? कर लो calculation. 48 means 42x. Minus आ रहा है क्या? Okay, minus plus बन जाएगा. ठीक है, no worries. So this is, अच्छा, now again, this is one thing. So ultimately this will become 112 minus 135. Now again, many people get stuck here. How to do this? Ultimately what I'll do, I will in my mind do 135 minus 112. I'll not do 112 minus 135. I'll only do this much. But again, what is the best way of doing this? Sir, 110 se karo. 110 and 25 will get me to 135. You see, this is what I call Kirana store method. You guys go to the grocery stores nearby the जो locality में होता है. So you see, always, if you have noticed, they do the calculation super fast. That person may or may not be very educated. He may be, or he or she, he or she may not be very educated. But again, one thing that I can promise, that person does the calculations better than or faster than you and me. Why? What they use? Because subtraction is difficult to do. So they always use addition. So we will, in order to improve our calculation, we will also do that. So 110 plus 25 is 125. But again, it was not 110, 2, so I'll subtract 2. So this is 23. But again, it was opposite, so it will be minus 23, sir. Perfect. So you see, I'll not do anything. 42x is minus 23. And you see, I'll put the value as it is. So root over of 2 minus of minus 23 means plus 23. So the answer will become root over of 25, which is 5 only. Option number 1 is the answer. Clear? So again, yes, all your answers, Jairam, Ramna, everybody, your answers were 100% correct. 100% correct, sir. Perfect. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Chalo, chalo, chalo. Let's move on. Let us move on, sir. Achha. One last question we'll do, then we'll move on. One last question we'll do from here. This one. Sir, keep this 2 square with you. Keep it like this. Sir, I'm more interested in what is over here. Sir, x to the power a by u. Achha, sir, there is a printing mistake. All these now will be x. Sorry. Sir, x to the power a by x to the power b. What can I say? This I can write x to the power a minus b. And this in the power there was this a plus b. So I will write this as a plus b. Because power gets multiplied into. This is 3 squared, sir. Acha, I'm just writing this 2 squared into 3 squared, whatever constant. And this 6 to the power minus 2. So that also I'm writing it over here. All the constants. Here, sir. X to the power, this will become b and c, so b minus c, sir. Into power mein it was into. This will be c minus a, sir. And this is c plus a. So again, so you see, this is 2 square, 3 square, and this is, acha, I'm just writing 2 square into 3 square. And this one 6 to the power minus 2, meaning 1 by 6, like 6 square, that is 6 square niche into. Because, acha, if you don't know this formula, a to the power minus n is always equal to 1 by a to the power n. Again, a very simple rule of Surd. So 6 to the power minus 2 mean 1 by 6 square. That is how we can write. Now again, sir, what we can write over here? This is the formula for a square minus b square, class 7. Sir, you write it down. So this is x to the power, this, again, sir, b square minus c square, sir, into, sir. This is c square minus a square, sir. Perfect. Calculate, sir. Achha, this thing cancels. So this is again a to the power m into a to the power n into a to the power something p. So again everything will be added. Sir, add kar do. A square minus b square plus b square minus c square plus c square minus a square. Sir, a square b square, c square, c square. Now the next step, 90% student makes this mistake. They will mark 0. And यही हो गया सबसे बड़ा गड़बड़. Why? Again, do not make this mistake. I have seen multiple times this mistake. Never make this error. Sir, this is x to the power 0, the answer. Anything to the power 0, the answer is 1, not 0. So option number 1 will be the answer. Never mark this 0. I've lost count how many times I've seen students do till this line and marked 0 as the answer. Do not make this mistake. Please do not write it down whatever in whatever language you are comfortable. ये नहीं करना है. Clear? Clear, everyone? Clear, sir? Karthik, you are you got your answer, brother? You got your answer about this? And also, brother, क्या है ना? Let me give you another perspective as well. these are basic chapters. ये नहीं करेंगे ना, बहुत जगह पे ये like all these will come into play. Meaning क्या है ना, say for example when we go into algebra, you will see this. Like we have already like you will see like in the first batch algebra is done. When like in your batch the algebra comes, you will see these things are like required. In trigonometry also you'll see me applying these things, the basics of like surds, indices, these things. So if you have the like clarity on this, na, that helps, really helps. Ankita, definitely, yeah, then definitely, brother, definitely. चलो और एक बार देखो भाई. Sir, first things first. So whatever was the constant parts, I have just taken this to this side. Sir, bahar. Now, sir, this part, understand, I have told you guys one rule. This is equal to a to the power m minus n. So you see, this is only written like this. X to the power a by x to the power b. X to the power a by x to the power b, x to the power b by x to the power c. This means what? This thing means x to the power a minus b. This same formula m minus n. Now to the power there is a plus b. So next line will be what, sir? These two gets multiplied now, the powers. So next line will be a minus b into a plus b, the powers. Similarly, the same thing for here, the same for here. So this is what I've written directly. This is what I've written directly. Now next line, sir. So again, you see, again, whatever this is, this gets cancelled actually because of that rule. That rule cancelled because 2 square, you can also check. 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 9s are 36, 6 square 36 cancels, 36 cancels. Now over here, a plus b into a minus b, the formula is a square minus b square. So x to the power, this whole thing becomes a square minus b square. This whole thing becomes b square minus c square. This whole thing becomes c square minus a square. Now again, x to the power, again, the formula was a to the power m into a to the power n, that was equal to a to the power m plus n. Now please understand, this is not only true for 2. If there are 4, let's say a to the power p into a to the power q, it will be just getting added p plus q. ऐसे चलता रहेगा. So there are 3 such, so I've just added all 3 like together. So again, so everything cancels. So ultimately x to the power, the remaining power is 0 because nothing is remaining, everything got cancelled. So that means the answer is 1 because anything to the power 0 is always 1. Clear everybody? Clear, sir? Everybody clear? Everybody 100% clear, sir? Tan, Ankita, everyone clear? Anyone having any doubts, feel absolutely free to ask. Without any hesitation. Don't think twice. Just ask. Just ask. Clear, clear, clear. Okay. Chalo, sir. Chalo. Now, most important, which I think the class will get extended by a little bit. Okay? Surds, we are only starting now. Achha, sir, surds. Sir, can anyone tell me what is a surd, sir? Question number 4. Rahul, yeah, definitely. Question number 4. Yeah, definitely. देखो ना. Rahul, you see. Brother, base is same in both the sides, brother. Base is actually same in both the sides. That means powers must also be same because we understood this rule. We understood this particular rule. If base is same and the base is not equal to plus or minus 1 or 0, then the powers must also be the same. M should be equal to n. So using or applying that particular rule, I can simply say that means this power means what? Everything will get multiplied. Everything will get multiplied. So 3, you see 3, 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, minus 3 by 4, minus 3 by 4. This is the left hand power, multiplied everything. Should be equal to right hand power. Now just calculation. And because they are asking you to find the value of x, ultimately this is nothing but you put the value of x. Now, after calculation, what I saw, I don't need to figure out till the value of x, because ultimately directly I'm getting the value of 42x only. So 42x ही तो बैठा ना है. So 42x comes out to be minus 23. So 2 minus of minus 23. So that is 2 plus 23. That is root 25, which is 5. That's the answer. Clear, Rahul? Clear, brother? Clear? Clear, everyone? Rahul? Anyone? Please tell. Clear hai? 100% clear? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Chal. Now, tell me, anyone, surds kya hai? What is a surd, sir? That's the question. Sir, samjho, everybody. Surd is, acha, let's take an example. Book is definition I'll give you. Sir, root 2, root 3, root 4. I've taken 3, I've written 3 square root numbers. Now you see, please understand this. If I start from the right hand side, this, if I write, this value is 2. This is an integer or natural number, whatever you call it. This is an integer. But can you do the same, or can you say the same for root 2 or root 3? Can you say the same for root 2 and root 3? The answer is no. If you figure out, or if you try to figure out these values, these two will give you non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. NTNRD. Non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. And these things are actually called also irrational numbers. Now, what is then surds? So if you get square root of something, and so ultimately, if you get square root of something and this number n, and this n is not a perfect square, not a perfect square, then this thing is called a surd. Now it can be used instead of square root, it can be cube root, any root. So it can be nth root as well. It can be nth root as well. Roshan, yes, there is a Telegram channel, brother. Roshan, there is a Telegram channel. Okay. So for the YouTube audience, there is a Telegram channel. मैं खुद नाम भूल जाता हूँ. मैं खुद नाम भूल जाता हूँ भाई. रुक जाओ, मैं बताता हूँ. बिकॉज वो डेसिम वो जो इंट्रिकेसीज है ना, वो मेरे को नहीं रहते. Okay. This is where you will find me. चलो चलो चलो. अच्छा. Now coming back to this. So this is a not a perfect square. So this is the basic definition of a surd. Now please understand, this is very like easy to understand and stuff. But problem kya hai? Problem is that as this is every surd is an irrational number, so it will always like follow the properties of irrational number. मतलब क्या? समझो अच्छे से. So if I say root 2, this is a surd. Surds can be defined that is why in two ways. Kya? So this is called a simple surd. And as I was saying, this is this irrational number properties it will follow. Meaning, sir, irrational number property is what? Sir, if I add a irrational number with a rational number, the sum is always an irrational number. Not only addition, if I even subtract, that will also be an irrational number. Meaning this 3 is a rational. You see, 3 is a rational number. This is a rational number. But root 2, this is irrational. This is irrational. Or you can say surd, sir. So that makes this whole thing a surd. And this type of surds we call complex surd. And you see, your entire chapter will be about dealing with complex surds. Very rarely you will be dealing with simple surds. You will always deal with complex surds. यही पूरा जिंदगी गुजर जाएगा इससे डील करते करते. You are getting my point, everybody? This is getting clear. So this is called complex surds, and this you need to deal with on a regular basis. Perfect. Now come back to this. Now there is a property or theorem. The theorem is saying, acha, it's okay na if I take 10-15 minutes more? Acha. The theorem is saying there is a surd, let's say A plus root B. And there is another surd that is X plus root Y. And they are said to be equal to each other. They are said to be equal to each other. The first and the most important theorem is saying, the rational part of these two surds must be equal to each other, sir. So rational parts, meaning, sir, A should be equal to X. And the irrational parts also must be equal. So you'll say, sir, irrational parts. That means B should be equal to Y. I should have written root B equal to root Y. So B should be equal to Y. Okay. So this is one very interesting thing that you should understand. That you should definitely understand. Now, with that being said, sir, चलो थोड़ा आगे बढ़े, थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं sir. Now, this is the first theorem. Now, what is rationalization? Now, whenever I see surds, always remember, surds can't be in the denominator. So whenever you see there are surds in the denominator, you need to rationalize. You need to rationalize, sir. Okay? ये आपको rationalize करना पड़ेगा. Perfect. So if that is something that you need to do, so how to rationalize? So there comes the concept of, you can say, the complement. Now, what do I mean by complement? Let's say there is a surd that is saying 3 plus root 2. So complement of this will always be, this is the irrational part, change the sign before the irrational part. So it will be 3 minus root 2. Now again, these are vice versa. If the value of the surd was 3 minus root 2, change the, so multiply with 3 plus root 2. Meaning, let me just show you an example. Let's say there is 1 by 3 minus root 2. So again, I cannot keep any surd like this. You should not. So what you do, sir? So you see rationalization process. So 3 minus root 2 is there. So I have to rationalize. So I have to multiply this by its complement. Complement is this 3 plus root 2. Just change the sign. So 3 plus root 2 multiply. Now again, if I'm multiplying in the denominator, I must do the same thing in the numerator. So that the same thing I'm doing here. So if you do that, so you see, I'll be having 3 plus root 2, and over here what I'm having, sir, you see, a minus b into a plus b. That will give me a squared minus b squared. A squared minus b squared meaning, so 3 square 9 minus root 2 square is 2. So that means 1 by 7, 3 plus root 2. So ultimately, please understand, this thing and this thing both are same. But again, I always need to represent a surd like this, not like this. Not like this. Now, there are two ways here. Either भी दो, again, I'm going a little fast because like मेरे को और एक class लेना ही पड़ेगा. The surds will not be complete because we haven't solved even a single question. I will take a class, another class. करना ही पड़ेगा. Again, I have to like increase the number of classes. ठीक है, थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा. Let's see. अच्छा. So this is the basic. Please understand the rationalization, this thing, that thing, and stuff. Now let's move on to some questions. And I need to talk to you guys about something. देखो sir. This is one question asked in CHS. Sir, here you will say, sir, अरे sir इधर तो नीचे surd है. नीचे surd है sir. So and you just told us, sir, denominator cannot have surd. Because you understand, even if you do the whole square, a square minus b plus b square minus 2ab, and a square plus b square plus 2ab, whatever, still it will have the surd. You cannot get rid of the surd. You can try. Surd to rahega because that 2ab term will have the surd. So please understand. So don't do anything. Keep it whatever it is. Please understand. Here there is a trick. There is a simple trick. Now again, trick does not mean I'm asking you to remember. Again, I'm not a big fan of those things. कि भाई ये याद कर लो हो जाएगा. I never teach it like this. I never like learned like that. I never teach like kind of like that in all the years I've been teaching. Trick is that. Please understand. देखो अच्छे से सोचो. Sir, if I do the LCM, if I try to add them like this, the LCM will be what? Sir, this into this. You see, the LCM itself will be this thing into this thing. Yes or no? Can anyone tell me what is happening here? Trick is, you see, these are getting auto-rationalized. Can you guys see? देखो ये automatic हो जा रहा है ना, without us putting any efforts. Everyone, can you guys see this? These things are getting automatically rationalized because LCM, you see, already these two are complements of each other, the two denominators, and automatically they are getting multiplied in the LCM. So what I'm saying, you do not, or we do not need to rationalize this individually. I don't need to do this individually. I don't need to do this individually because they are like kind of, if I just simply add them, the rationalization process that is getting done automatically. So what we need to do, we need to identify. अच्छा ये हो रहा है sir. This is happening. That's my job, to identify whether this is happening or not. And if this is happening, our job is to let it happen. Don't isko chedkhar mat karo. Don't do anything to it. Sai has given answer. Very good. Very good, Sai. Again, everybody, this is clear. This automatic rationalization process, is it clear? Nikhil, good evening, brother. Good evening. A is the answer. Let's see, brother. Let's see. I don't know the answer myself. Clear this to everyone. This automatic process is clear. So your job is to identify and let it happen. Now, next one, sir. Sir, this will be just the normal process of addition of fractions and use the simple algebra formula. Sir, there was in our school a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. There was a formula called 2 into a square plus b square. You remember? If you don't, let me write it down for you guys. Sir, a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. This is always equal to 2 into a square plus b square. And if there is a minus instead of this plus, a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, that gives you 4ab. If you want to know the proof, there is nothing. Just break it down in the a plus b whole square formula, a minus b whole square formula, you will get the answer. ये एक line में ही आता है. So again, if there is this plus in between, I'll get this formula. Minus hai to wo formula. Now again, over here, this thing is whole square, I'll write next. A minus b into a plus b. That will give me a square minus b square. And there was this whole square thing because both have square. Very good. So 2 into 81, and this is how much? 16 5s are 80. 16 into 5, 80, 81, 161. So 2 into 161 divided by 81 and 80. That means that this is 1. 1 square is 1 only. So 322 is the answer. है क्या? Option number 1 में बैठा. That is there in option number 1. So again, Nikhil was correct, Sai was correct, and everybody was correct. Clear? Everybody clear, sir? Everybody, this is 100% clear. This is 100% clear, sir. This is 100% clear. Now, one last topic that I need to kind of discuss. That is the square root of surds. I'll take this example first. Sir, there are two things in like whenever you're doing square root like this. And ये सबसे ज़्यादा important है, let me just say, especially for tier 2 questions. For tier 2, this is one of the most important topics. Tier 2 में यही आता है sir. यही सबसे ज़्यादा आता है. This is what they ask most of the time. Karthik, yes brother, this batch started only today. The second batch. This is the second batch, brother. So what we have in our batches, we have multiple entry points. So this is the second batch, brother. Okay, the first batch started the beginning of this month, from 9th October. You guys who have joined from today, that this is the second batch, brother. Perfect. So don't worry, and like you understand. So again, you must say, so then 9th to 28th. So today is 28th, na? 28th or 27th? 28th or 27th आज मेरा घड़ी में टाइम डेट नहीं दिखा था. 28th, I'm correct. So 28th, so these classes again, you like we will do those classes, don't worry. कुछ भी मिस नहीं होगा. फिर से आएगा. ठीक है? फिर से आएगा brother. So don't worry about that at all. Do not worry about that at all. Okay? Now, chal, let's understand this. And again, Karthik, you have any doubts, feel absolutely free. I'm just like a big brother to you guys. So anytime, anywhere you get a problem, you can ask the older students, the last year students as well. You can always reach out to me. आप personally मेरे को Telegram में message कर लो. I'm always available. If I'm not in the classes, right? So I have very good rapport with all the students. ठीक है? पढ़ने का मन भी नहीं करे तो पूछ लेना. So I am always there. ठीक है? Then this is only the second batch. So in the coming days, we will launch, I guess, a few more, right? So again, that I'm my job is to teach, brothers. Okay? I am not aware of those things mostly. Acha. So again, let's come back to this. So square root of surds, please understand. So you can see there are two parts. So I can write 11 is there and 2 root 18 is there. Now there are two things. You understand? There are always two parts to this. So what is this? If there is a square root, so I can only find the square root if I can make this, I can represent this as something whole square, because this whole square will cancel this square root. Everyone, please understand this. Because this whole square will cancel this square root, everyone. Karthik, I'll do. Just give me a few minutes. I'll do. Because this whole square will cancel this square root. So my like primary objective is now to represent this 11 plus 2 root 18, to represent this 11 plus 2 root 18 as something whole square. Now, so this I'll do as a plus b whole square, because there is a plus here. If there was minus here, I would write a minus b whole square. Now, any a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square has two parts. One part is, you see, I'm writing a plus b whole square. One part is a square plus b square. Understand, learn, don't like try to remember. And the other part is 2ab. So out of these two, one part is a square plus b square, one part is 2ab. Now, 99% of the times, always the irrational part, meaning having the part having the surd, that is always your 2ab. And the part that is rational, that is always your a square plus b square. Now again, you'll say, sir, 99% of the times you told. What about that rest 1%? Or, what if there is something like this? Root over of, let's say, 81 plus root over of 27, 2 root 27, ऐसा कुछ आया. I'm not saying this can be done. I'm just giving a random example. Meaning both are surds. Meaning both are irrational numbers. अच्छा 81 तो नहीं लेना चाहिए था, because 81 is rational actually. Root over of 93. Just to give you an idea. I'm not saying this I don't think you can like kind of square root this using this method. But again, just to give you an idea. So again, then how will you figure out which one is a square plus b square and which one is 2ab? So actually, this is not the rule. This is not the rule. This is, I have just taken because this is the shortest way to identify. So this is 2ab, the square root one, and this one is a square plus b square. Original rule is always, remember, original rule is, I'm giving you a proof as well. Sir, can I say a minus b whole square is always greater than or equal to 0? Why? Because any square is always greater or equal to 0 without any hesitation. Next line, sir. A square plus b square minus 2ab is greater or equal to 0. Next line, sir. A square plus b square is greater than 2ab. Conclusion. Tell me what conclusion can we draw from there? The conclusion that we can draw from there, out of these two, always the bigger one is a square plus b square. The bigger one is always a square. Sorry. The bigger one is always a square plus b square. Can you guys see? You see, I've just shown you mathematical proof. There is no, you cannot deny this. Out of these two, जो बड़ा है, whichever one is bigger, that is always your a square plus b square, and the smaller one is 2ab. Now how to be like figure out, because ये तो पता नहीं, because this is what? This is ultimately a square root, but again square it, because if a is greater than b, then a square is definitely greater than b square. So 11 square 121. This thing square 18 into 4. 18 fours are how much? 72. Which one greater? This one greater. So this is a square plus b square. This is 2ab. This is the proper way of checking which one will be a square plus b square, which one will be 2ab. Clear, everyone? But again, 99.99% of the times you will see, sir, this is nothing but this square root term will be 2ab, and this term, the other term, will always be a square plus b square. Clear this much? Chalo. Still not done. Now only half done. Now 2ab we need. This part should 2ab. So this 2 must be there. If not, again we have to forcefully put a 2 here by doing division, multiplication, whatever. In whatever way we have to forcefully put a 2 inside over here, because 2ab is this. because there this 2 represents this 2ab ka 2. Now, a very simple thing. Two numbers multiplication is 18 and square ka sum is 11. Tell me the numbers. There are two number multiplication is 18, square multiplication, and square ka sum is 11. Which are those two numbers? Which can be those two numbers? I can say, sir, 9 into 2, 18, 9 plus 2, 11. Can you see? 9 into 2, 18, 9 plus 2, 11. So meaning A is, meaning I can say this thing is root 9 plus root 2 whole square, sir. Or if you don't want to kind of jump that much, so you write this root 9, root 11, like 11 ko, root 9 square plus root 2 square. This is your A, this is your B. You see 11, root 9 square is 9, root 2 square is 2, 9 plus 2, 11. A square plus B square, A square plus B square, plus 2 root 9 into 2, root 9 into root 2, 2 root 18 aa raha hai, sir. So that means A square plus B square plus 2ab, that is equal to A plus B whole square. So this thing can be written as something whole square. So again, this was square root of this because this was square root of this. So that means the answer will be root 9 plus root 2. Now that means 3 plus root 2. That will be your answer. But again, sir, you'll say, sir, ye to pata nahi. Ye to pata nahi, sir. Like the options. Sir, remember two values. Root 2 is equal to 1.414. Root 3 is equal to 1.732. Never forget these two values. It might not be given always. Sir, so they generally ask you till one place. I have given you till 3 place. So that anything happens, you can answer. Sir, that means the answer will be 3 plus root 2. So the answer over here will be 3 plus root 2 is 1.414. So 4.414. Check the options, which is closest. 4.4 is there over. So that's your answer. That is your answer, sir. That is most definitely your correct answer. And this is the best way of solving certs. Now I can give you this bigger formula because if you go for JE, I teach for JE as well. Udhar bhi dekhna, complex numbers like roots, there is a big formula, like with using the like rational and irrational parts. So shortcuts, but again the calculation will be very bad, like big and bad. Clear, sir? Clear? Now, there are a few things which I would have, you see, these type of CGL 2020 mains, I told you, yahi aata hai, sir, questions. These questions only you get. Ultimately, you see, this is nothing but square root. This is nothing but square root questions, sir. So again, you need to keep a 2 here, baki sab kuch root ke andar. Everything else you keep inside the root. Everything else you keep inside the root. Acha. Again, I'll need 5 more minutes. Sir, how to solve these type of questions? Very important. Sir, I'll give you a shortcut. Sir, if you have these questions and you have plus always. Sir, this 30 hai na, you break it down into two factors. You break it down into two factors. Only one thing you need to make sure. The gap between two factors has to be 1. The difference between the factors must be 1. Sir, can you tell me two factors where the gap is 1? You will say, sir, 30 means 3 into 10. But 3 into 10, the gap is not 1, it's 7. Any other two factors? Any other two factors, sir? Any other two factors, sir, where the gap is 1? Any other two factors where the gap is 1, sir? Any other two factors? 5 into 6. Yes, absolutely. Jairam, Arvind, Jitendra, perfect. 5 into 6. Sir, remember, the absolute shortcut, absolute the shortest way. If this is plus, then 6, the bigger factor is always the answer. Now again, why this is happening, I'm giving you all the reasons, don't worry. If the signs are all plus, then the bigger factor is the answer. If the question is framed like this, 30 minus 30 minus 30 and so on, in that case, if the sign is minus, then the smaller factor will be the answer. If it is this, then the smaller factor will always be the answer. Okay? And if the question is like this, if the question is like this, multiplication, then always the number itself is the answer. Then the number itself is the answer. We did 3 questions. 3 questions we have done. 3 questions we have done. Then the number itself is the answer. देखो बहुत लोग पागल हो गए सर या like खत्म तो करो. Again, please adjust. We will do. We will complete. Done. Acha, again, the proof. At least let me show you one proof. The other proofs you can do it yourself. Like if I show you one proof. Sir, think. I'm doing this proof. ये वाला ही करते हैं. Sir, it is, let's say x is equal to this. 30 plus root 30 plus root 30 plus root 30 plus till infinite. This is going on. Okay? Now, do the square, sir. So if I take a square, so this square root will be gone. So 30 will come outside plus this whole thing will be remaining. Sir, what is this whole thing? This whole thing is nothing but x. इसी को हमने x लिया था, sir. Karthik, in that case, we have to do. In that case, the shortcut won't be applied. And if there is any other number, no brother, then they cannot give you till infinite. Then you cannot figure it out. Infinite, then this will be called a divergent series. Divergent series ka, like you cannot figure out the values. Okay. So only if the number is the same, then only it's a convergent series. Class number 14, second year of graduation. If you go for the technical line. So divergent convergent series, there you have to figure it out. Like there is Laplace karke ek banda tha. But the problem is that, please understand this. So like if that is the case, then they cannot make you the question. So you can only figure out the answer if this is like the values are same. Divergent series ka answer nahi aata. Right? If the difference is not equal to 1, Sai, that's the thing, brother. Again, I just told you, like what if the difference is not 1, how you will solve it? वही मैं दिखा रहा हूँ भाई. वही मैं दिखा रहा हूँ. That this is this. So this is called this type of functions, ना? These type of functions. इसका एक नाम है. अच्छा, let's solve it. मैं उसके बाद बताता हूँ. Like let me just solve it first. So is this line clear to everybody? Is this line clear to everyone? Is this line clear to everyone? मैं अच्छे से लिखता हूं. So I'm just writing x is equal to, x square. So this is 30 and all the remaining parts, that is nothing but x, because I had taken that to be x only. Can I say this, everyone? Can I say this, everybody? Can I say this? You see, this is nothing but a simple quadratic equation now. Sir, so 30 means it is 5 into 6. Sorry. So a minus x means minus 6x plus 5x minus 30 equal to 0. I'm showing it. I'm not doing any shortcuts. Right? Middle term, that is minus 5 comma 6. Now the value of x cannot be negative. So the value of x has to be 6. You see, that is what I have written. The value is 6. The value is 6. Now again, you like Sai might say, sir, please understand, if the values are not same, तो ये इधर x नहीं आएगा. but some pattern has to be there. So tab aayega x. So jab bhi aayega, depending on that, your quadratic will be different. So depending on your quadratic, your these factors will be different. Depending on your factors, your answer will be different. Clear, brothers? Clear, everyone? Everybody clear? So that will then be all. Acha, there are very good few questions here, very selected questions, which I will definitely ask everybody to please go through and try and solve. And if you get stuck anywhere, if you want to kind of if you get stuck anywhere, please feel free to ask me. You can raise your for our paid students, for you can raise your doubts in the community section. You'll see in your dashboard with the badge, you will have access to community. There all the faculties are there. You can tag me directly by my name. वो shift to @ करोगे तो मेरा नाम आ जाएगा. You will see among all the other faculties as well. You can tag me with your question. You can upload pictures, everything. It is just like a Telegram group, or you can join the Telegram. Telegram भी मैंने आपको दे दिया. So definitely उधर से you can stay in contact. So this is the Telegram. Okay. So that's the thing. So I know a little bit थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया आज, but again, I wanted to complete the things. First, I thought कि I'll have to take a class, but again, हो गया. So again, let me say, this is just the foundation part. It is not like all the types of questions are covered. Foundation, all the conceptual parts are covered. You do not need any other concept to clear till CGL tier 2. But practice is not done. Practice is still, we need to solve at least 6, 7, 8 different types of questions still. वो धीरे धीरे होगा sir. For that, booster batch hai, we'll have crash courses, practice courses. There will be like many things that is already planned ahead. Okay. So again, thank you so much everybody for joining, and for those who are joining us for the first time. Before you guys leave, please do rate the session. You'll see in the top right of the class, but of your screen, you will find the option to rate the session. And सबसे बढ़िया बात, ये मजा आना चाहिए. मजा आना सबसे important है sir. To connect. Sir, how to connect? No. You in your dashboard, you don't need anybody's approval. You will have the access already. That's automated. You just go there in the community. See, to like if you are using our app, or you are like logged in from the web browser, whatever. So just go to the top, or you see the right part. Like I guess last tab है community towards the right. Okay, you will find community करके एक tab है. ठीक है. Today, then the upcoming and everything, last में you'll find community. So again, first things first. So again, सबको मजा आया ना class? Again, थोड़ा hectic है, math सबको पसंद नहीं है. I completely understand. I know not everybody likes maths, but again, it's something that you need to enjoy. Because if once you start enjoying, then the subject, you start loving the subject. And once you start loving the subject, you will clear the subject. And it's very easy to score 45 plus in tier 1, and a very significant marks in tier 2 as well. Maths is not something that we make of the subject. It's not very difficult. Right? So again, thank you so much. Please take care, and definitely I'll see you guys in the next class. Acha, before that, please do rate the session, and for the YouTube audience as well, please feel free to like the video if you have liked the class, and if you have any queries, anything, please feel free to comment in the comment section. There is no community. Ek second. Priya, don't worry. It will get clear as we go along. It will get. This is just the first class. धीरे धीरे clear होता रहेगा. Okay, don't worry. And honestly speaking, this is a little tricky to start. This just might, especially for those who are detached from the mathematics part for a little bit a longer time, let's say year or two. For them, this might not be the first, the very good first chapter, right? A little trickier. Then I told you, brother, you can either join this Telegram group, or you can definitely reach out to me through LinkedIn. You can see the community. So either be मैं हूँ, this is you can join this group. Perfect. Abhishek, yeah, thank you so much. This is the group. This is not my Telegram. This is not my ID. This is the group. This is underscore SSC underscore. No, there is no space here, but afterwards there is one space every time. Otherwise, just wait. Next class, I'll give you a QR code. Just wait. Then okay, I guess then in that case I'll talk to the team. एक दिन के अंदर sort हो जाएगा. ठीक है? So no worries. Karthik, okay, just give me a day's time. I'll talk to the team, technical team. They will sort everything out. Don't worry. ठीक है? चलो. So again, thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. I'm ending the session here. Thank you.